Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
If she has your DNA and it's in you, she's going to want to connect. And once she sees how magnificent and how powerful, and even this form that you did, this profound display of love, you know, in having this platform, I think it's going to blow her mind because, what you're doing here is not just selfish. You're using this situation to help other people find their way. And so even in that where, it's benefiting her, she'll be able to see this. This is part of her legacy. You're part of her legacy. But other people will be able to share in this and say, thank you, brother, because this podcast, this show saved my life.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah. I'm in a yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, and shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected, but acting. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Water. Fix the camera for me. Yeah, the water. It's kind of crooked. Yeah, kind of the water. That's good.
Let's see what's going on. How about now, sir?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, the cord is giving it a tough time. All right.
The water. Appreciate it. The water.
All
All right, clap, clap, clap. Shimmy Shai, Barak Thumb to all the brothers. Shema Thumb by Shimmy Shai to all the sisters. This is the ISUPK Tuesday night Brotherhood class. And our itinerary for the week is Monday. That's the history class. We had two powerful priests teaching. Napash Ra'ib and Officer Yaram. They taught an excellent class.
right.
Tonight's the Brotherhood classes, which is taught by me, Officer 500 Mawasar. And Wednesday, we have the law class. We'll learn the law, statute, commands, what we should do, what we should and should not do. And then we have Thursday, that's the scripture breakdown class with 12 Shield General behind me. He can solve all your problems and answer all your questions.
Right.
And then Friday, we have the Hebrew class, the Hebrew language class, the Lashwan Kodah, taught by the powerful priests of the ISUPK, where we learn our language, the history of our language.
Right.
That's part of our culture. We got to take all this back.
Right.
That's the reason for these classes. And the culmination of it all, Saturday, we have the Sabbath service where we read the Hebrew, where we read the scriptures in Hebrew and in English and break the scriptures down for you. And everything we do is according to these scriptures, according to our ancestors, our forefathers. And tonight's class, is the Tuesday night in Slovakia, and all the classes are from 7 to 9, and the Sabbath service is from 11 to 12, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. And tonight's class is the Brotherhood class. It's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. And tonight's class, because what I've been seeing is a whole lot of mockery of the UPK priests.
Right.
And when you mocking us, you're mocking the Most High.
Right.
What you do to us, you're doing to the Most High. You're doing to Christ.
Right.
And the Most High, he's not with that.
Right.
He's not going to let it slide. Don't think because nothing happens to you immediately that you're getting away with it.
Right.
And we're going to show you this in the Bible. We're going to show you tonight in tonight's class, how the Lord is not mocked, why he's not mocked. What happens when you mock the Lord, when you mock his priests. It's not a good thing. And it's not a pleasant thing.
Right.
Trust me. As a matter of fact, let's give a big hand to ISUPK Delaware. Captain, that's our the zipping top. Hey, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. This is why you cannot come up against the men of the Lord. We are not Christians.
Right.
We're far beyond Christians. We are nowhere being with Christianity, man.
Right.
I don't know what y'all think this is, because even on social media, at camps, wherever we teaching, we always got somebody trying to mock us.
Right.
Especially our own people. And our own people, it's funny because our own people, y'all think that I'm gonna be on Master's side. Master gonna love me. I'm gonna go against these niggas. Master gonna love me. Because that's what it seems like you looking for acceptance. And one of the biggest problems is because you're Christian.
Right.
You see that little lily white baby Jesus, little sweet baby Jesus. Because you think that's who God is. That's who you think Christ. You think that's who he is. But not according to the scriptures. According to the scriptures, Christ is a black man. Right. Israelites are black.
Right.
And you're going against your own people. Thinking hey, look, don't hand join in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished. And if you're caught with them, trying to be their friends and holding their hands and trying to be on their side against the men of the Lord, hey, Lord be with you.
Right.
Let's start off with Genesis 4:9, because this is like the first mockery. So give me 1 second. This is 4:9. Got anybody online? Nobody came to the StreamYard? Yeah, check that for me right quick. What is it? Check-ins.
We got Elder Charles.
Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, Elder Charles, Brother Charles. Shalom Lord Christ. The water for checking in. For joining us tonight.
We got Officer 500.
Hey, Michael Line, my nigga. My ace. Shalom Lord Christ.
We have Young Man Dennis.
Young man, hey, Shalom Lord of Christ. Hey, it was good seeing you at Passover, brother.
Right.
I'm glad you could make it.
That's right.
Hey.
Sister Celia.
Sister Celia. Hey, the water for joining us, sister. Glad to see you.
We have, let's see. Officer Gakawan checking in.
Hey, Shalom Lord of Christ. Gakawan.
Big
hey.
All right.
That's it. All right, the water, no sweat. So, this is like the first mockery of the Lord. This is Cain, after he did his brother in, he's gonna act like he don't know nothing. Like it ain't his fault. Like just because that's my brother, that don't mean I know everything with every move he's making. All right, this is the book of Genesis 4:9. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to 8. And Cain walked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. He took his brother out. because, you know, as you go up from the beginning on down, we already know what the deal was. You know, he got jealous of his brother, envious, because his sacrifice was accepted by the Lord, and, you know, and Cain's wasn't. So, you know, and Most High told him, hey, look, man, just do good, man. Right. You know?
Right.
You know, be like your brother. You know? So as we drop down to 8, you know, he walked with his brother. You know, he wind up slewing his brother, you know, taking him out. Verse 9, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? No, where's your brother Abel? I mean, he acts like the Lord didn't already know.
Right.
You know, hey, I want to see how what this cat gonna say. I want to see if he's gonna come clean.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a chance. You know, let me know where's your brother.
Right.
I know you know. I want to see what your reaction gonna be. I want to see what you're gonna say.
Right.
Where is Abel thy brother? Then he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Now we look at that because they put in the movie New Jack City. Like that's some you know, high level thinking, some you know, higher form of thinking, like that is something great to say. When actually it's a mockery. Am I my brother's keeper? That's why he said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Where? I don't know which way. Why are you asking me? You know, when you're supposed to check on your brother.
Right.
You're supposed to know your brother's movement. You're supposed to know where your brother's at. You're supposed to at least know that your brother is safe.
Right.
You know, so go check on your brother. You know, if y'all sit down, y'all laughing, joking, you know, have a couple of drinks, and if you drink to where, you know, you can't make it back home, you know, hey, your brother's supposed to be like, hey, man, look, don't even go nowhere, man. Look, I got enough space. Hey, look, crash right here, man.
Right.
Or at least till you sober up, till you know, you able to move, you're able to travel. You know, that's how you're supposed to treat your brother. That's how you're supposed to do your brother. You're not so, I don't know, brother's keeper. Well, why you asking me? No, that's wicked as hell. That's very wicked.
Right.
You know, that's something. That's what do you call it? That's the spirit of Esau, the pale-faced cave monkey walking around today.
Right.
You know, that's his spirit. That's something he would say.
Right.
You know, that is not some great saying that they try to make it out to be. And what gets me, they got the nerve to put it into the movie.
Right.
And brothers have the nerve to walk around saying, man, my brother's keeper. Because what happened at the end of that movie, or towards the end of it, he wound up unaliving his brother.
Right.
His brother sitting there crying, am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? While he's stabbing him, crying to him, yes, I am. Throws him off the roof. Ooh. But you see how wicked that just goes to show you. That's a wicked saying. How are you your brother's keeper? If you're going to unalive your brother, how is you your brother's keeper? If you're going to do him dirty, sleep with his woman.
Right.
How are you your brother's keeper? If you're going to turn around and stab him in the back. How are you your brother's keeper if you're going to wrong your brother?
Right.
You see, that it don't make no sense, do it? Any questions, any comments online? If not, we can proceed.
Oh no, sir. It's the same right now.
All right, Con. Let's see. I'm gonna go straight to Matthew 25 and 40. This is the book of Matthew, 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, and as much as ye have done it to one of these, the least of my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Right. This is Christ speaking. This is our king. Now understand, what you do to us, even the least of us, even the least thing that you do to us, you know, you doing it to him. You doing it to the Most High. Right. You know, you doing it to his priests, his prophets, vice versa, all that. You know, when you come to us mocking, laughing, and joking, and oh, you niggas is crazy. That don't make no sense what you saying. When you come to the laughing, pointing, you know, hey, cause look, these priests up in here don't play. Right. The Most High, he don't play. Right. All the Command General Hana does not play. That's right. You know, and all that laughing and joking and finger pointing and wanting to come up against us, and a lot of you even made threats. You know, what you gonna do to us while we at camp and ain't did nothing. Right. Don't think the Most High gonna just let you just come up to us any all willy-nilly. Don't think the Most High ain't gonna do nothing. You know, when you laughing, joking, and you mocking us, and look what happened to that comedian who called himself trying to mock us. The Most High put him to death. Right. You know, you think he won't do that? And for all you that be mocking us, you know, thinking, oh, look, they Power Rangers and all that, and all this, that, and the third. Look, when things start happening in your household, the first you got to say, oh, man, I'm having some bad luck, man. I don't know why this is happening. It's happening because you're mocking the priests of the Lord. Right. When all of a sudden you get fired from your job, all of a sudden you good for a minute, you know, to pay your bills, your rent, car, and all that, everything you need to be taken care of. You know, but when it's hard, start being hard for you to find a job. Next thing you know, your wife, you know, if you're married, your wife lose her job, you wind up losing kids, your kids start being unalived. Who do you think that is? Oh, you just think that's a string of bad luck. You just think that is like, man, all of a sudden, like, man, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why I'm going through all this. I don't know why this, you know, I lost my car. I lost my job. Can't pay my bill. I don't know, man, why is this happening? Hey, look, you might even wind up losing your spouse. You know, but you'll say it's bad luck. Then you'll go to church, like that's gonna make it even better. Thinking that's gonna help you. That ain't gonna help. Going to church is not gonna help you. Because what you gotta realize is that the church is mocking itself, is mocking God himself as well. Right. Everything that they do in the church is a mockery. Right. You know, when they want to sit up there, and all that, and banging tambourines and all that, and singing and dancing, you know, because there's wickedness up in that church. Right. So, you know, hey, that's a straight mockery. Right. The church ain't no good. But yeah, you got to run up thinking that, oh, I need to go to church. All of a sudden, you need God. You need to go to church. But all this time, you mocking and laughing and joking at his priest. You come up against us. You want to talk about what you want to do to him. So now all of a sudden, things start happening. Stuff starts getting jacked up. You think running the church is gonna, oh, I need to get right with God. Maybe I just need to get right with God. Right. Well then, if you want to get right with God, then you need to come up in the ISUPK. Right. Because when you hit that church, them church doors, that's it. Them demons are gonna be on you twofold. Right. You think everything's gonna be all better because you go to church singing and dancing. Singing and dancing is not following the laws, statutes, and commandments. Singing and dancing and beating on drums and playing the tambourine. That's not gonna tell you how to get your household in check. That's not gonna give you a moral compass. That's not gonna help you be a leader in your household. That's not gonna help you be a leader in your people. Right, Matthew 25 and 40. Right. Drop that.
Thank you, sir.
Con, go ahead.
Brother Charles says Khan. And Officer Nakwame Allah said, Elijah sent 2 bears to the people who mocked.
Hey, Naquan, you been in my notes. You've been in my notes. Yeah, I got that coming up too. Con, hey, excellent. Hey, the water also, Naquan, for checking in. You know, so you can't don't just think that you can walk around on this planet thinking that you can just mock the Lord's priest. Right. Because let me tell you something. Yes, we will have each other's back. If you say whatever you say to one of us and you try to come up against, you got to come up against all of us. Right. Because that's brotherhood. Right. That's having your brother's back. That's defending your brother. Right. No, hey, look, that's standing next to your brother because we're in a fight. Right. We're in a spiritual fight, a spiritual warfare. Right. Life is about warfare. We trying to get this kingdom, and the only way we can get this kingdom is by sticking together. Right. Loving each other. Suck it. On the stream yard. Hey, Shalom Lord Christ. Who's that checking in?
We got Trooper Maya Allah.
Hey, Shalom Lord Christ, huh? Yabashim Yashai Brakta. Hey, how you doing, huh?
I'm too hard.
Hey, Most High Christ. Hey, I'm too hard. Hey, can you read for me?
Khan.
All right, Khan. Pick me up at Leviticus 19 and 16. Right. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, like, you know, there's consequences and repercussions to mocking the Lord's priest. Right. You know, there's consequences and repercussions of you thinking that you can just come up against us, like you just like everything is just fine. Everything is not fine. Because you catching hell and you don't even know why. But we know why. Because you mocking the Lord, you mocking his priest. You coming up against the ISUPK, you know, the home of the truth, the home of the only true priest, the authorized priest, right, of the Most High. who's doing everything in accordance to this Bible.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. This right here teaches us brotherhood. This right here, this Bible right here, this teaches us brotherhood. This teaches us how to love our brothers. Some call it the survival scroll. This right here will teach you the do's and don'ts of life. The do's and don'ts of what you should and should not do, and according to the Most High, how He wants us to live. So He don't want us to be just out here just doing anything. Slocky out. Right. Looks like we got two popping up. You know, we can't just be out here just walking around doing what we want to do. That's a no. And who was that?
Shalom on the car side. About Shabbat, sir. What it do?
Hey, y'all about Shabbat. What's going on, huh?
Man, nothing major, sir. Nothing major. You got Quran in the building.
Hey, God, Most High in Christ. Hey, you got any comments you got anything you want to bring up?
Not at the moment. You cooking though, man. Heavy points, man. People better, you can't mock the prophets, man. Mr. Lockie.
Hey, you ain't never lying. You on point with that. Who's that? The Maya Allah. You back at?
Wakana.
All right. Pick me up at matter of fact, Leviticus 19 and 16.
Oh, so I wanted to assist my mom's shout out, sir.
Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, sis. Hey, the water for joining us.
Right.
That's an excellent sister right there as well.
Right.
Let me know when you got that. Because this is another thing, because who was it? Oh yeah, because yeah, I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, what I was saying is matter of fact, because this brotherhood, the way this world is going, hey, we need this, and we ain't. Hey, look, ain't no time to be coming up against the Lord, men of the Lord. This is not the time. This is the time that you should be coming in there asking questions. This is the time now that you should be like, hey, look, I need to get in class. I need to learn, these scriptures. I don't need to be laughing and joking and, and mocking the Lord's priests. Because the way this world is going, hey, look, America is about to end. A lot of us think that America is just going to stand forever, that God is for America. America is just so great. The police of the world. This is where Christianity and all that. Like, no. America is Babylon the Great.
Right.
America is Egypt. Egypt means bond or bondage. This is the home of our bondage, of our slavery. America is not going to stand. And if you plan on standing with America, hey, you going with it. Right now is the time that you need to be trying to get right with the Most High, get in here, get in class. Because as you can see, all these little wars is going on right now, all these little back and forth, but between Palestine, Iran, Israel, you got Russia and Ukraine at each other's throat. Who else we got? You got China jumping in. Right now, everybody's picking sides. They picking and choosing who's going to be on whose side. Who's going to be on whose side. And right now, the time that you need to be on the side of the priests of the ISUPK. That's the side you need to be choosing. You need to be choosing your own people. instead of pointing fingers, laughing and joking, because there is going to come a time when we're not going to be in these classrooms. We're not going to be on them street corners. There's going to be a time when it's just going to be silent. When y'all wondering, all you wondering, hey, what happened to them old crazy niggas? Them used to dress like Power Rangers and, you know, and Samurai. Who was that they always, what's that brother, the Last Dragon, Show Enough. Yeah, we're the brother that just like Show Enough and all that. You know, what else they call us? Oh yeah, the village people. It boy. You know, y'all start wondering where we at. Hey, look, when you look up in the sky and you see some things flying in the sky that you ain't never seen before, and you see a big black man and a bunch of big black angels, then you'll know. Time's up. It's too late. It's too late. Burn, baby, burn. You know, while we up there chilling, relaxing, hey, look, on the outside of them chariots, it's gonna be nothing but straight destruction. So, hey, look, keep on mocking. Keep on thinking this is a joke. Keep on thinking that we somebody for you to play with. Because it ain't just us. We get our instructions from the Lord. Right. The Lord told us how to dress. He told us what we want, how he wanted us to dress. He told us how he wanted us to look. Right. You know, there's instruction. You know, a man's supposed to look like a man, walk like a man, talk like a man. Right. Not wearing some suit and tie and be bald headed and walking around like a little woman, looking like a woman. And being sissified and singing and jumping around, banging tambourines and drums and playing the guitar. Singing, oh, my Jesus, my Jesus, my Jesus. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes. No, that's not what he told us to do. Right. When you come in here, when you see the man of the ISUPK, this is what he told us to do. This is how he told us to dress, how we should act, walk, talk, think. This is how we're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a man, and a man of the Lord is right here in the ISUPK. When you look at a priest in the ISUPK, you looking at a man of the Lord. You looking at a true man, how a man is supposed to look and walk, right? And how a man is supposed to act. You got that for me, y'all?
Con 19 and 16.
God.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as the talebearer among thy people.
Right. Stop right there. Stop right there. Right. That's another thing. That mockery, because because cats still running around. You know, when there was a split in the school, you know, it's like and to this day, it's like a lot of stories of BS about, you know, when there was a split, and just a bunch of lies. You know, cats that left the school, you know, they just tell bearing. Right. You know, cats that leave the school, you know, they just tell bearing. You know, right. Telling tales, you know, things that didn't go on because you got in your emotions and feelings and you left, or you did something to get kicked out or whatever. And most likely, the way I see it, a lot of you probably left on your own. Right. And what for? I don't even want to know, bro. But yeah, like if you're gonna leave, just leave. Don't go, you know, being a talebearer. Right. Telling stories that ain't true. Because I remember stories like Command General, it was about money. The split was about money. Then it was about doctrine. It was about this. It was about that. You know, brothers talk, oh yeah, I used to be in that school, and Cass was like this, that, and the third. You know, They was on some this, that, like, man, just leave. Should not be said. You shouldn't even go around even telling those stories. I mean, you in your feelings because you left because things didn't go the way that you wanted to go, because you couldn't live your life the way that you wanted to live. And he was probably giving counsel and didn't want to accept that counsel. So now you want to tell some BS story about what happened and why you left. And I even have seen cats talk about some, yeah. I remember when I used to be an Israelite. Negro, you still an Israelite. You just say follow the law, statute, commandments. Right. Dating back. How was it you used to be an Israelite? You were an Israelite by blood. That's another thing. Do not go be in the talebearer, because that ain't what we do up in here. We're not going to tell some story, some falsified story about another brother or a sister. Right. You know, you got off with a brother or sister. You know what was said yesterday? Get counseling. I'll go to he and he alone. I'll go to she and she alone. Because this brotherhood ain't got a fault. Right. You know, because you need us, we need you. Right. In order to survive, because it's going to come a time to where you're going to be rejected by all these heathens that you think love and care about you. One of these days, it's going to be a rejection of them. Right. And you're going to wonder why. Because every man is going to run back to his own place. They're going to go to their own people. They're going to stick to their own people. That time is coming. And it's going to have to take something real drastic for you Negroes to wake up. For you Hispanic and Native American Indians, you 12 tribesmen, it's going to take a lot for a lot of you to wake up. Right. Because the big picture is, hey, look, this kingdom is about to end. We're about to get in our own kingdom. We about to have slaves. We about to live good. We about to have mansions, castles, whatever you want. Right. Go ahead, read.
Come. Neither shalt thou sin against the blood of thy brother.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Right. You know, don't stand against our brother. You know, I don't understand that. We are so indoctrinated with this Christianity, so indoctrinated with the American way of life, that we'll stand against our own brother, right. Our own blood, our own flesh and blood. We will stand for these heathens. We'll stand up against each other for these heathens. And they're not going to do that for you. Right. You think that, I'd say about 5-10% of you Negroes have friends with other races? I know, right? Ugh. Yeah, good response. Ugh. Ugh. I know we all been there before the truth. Right. And now that we're in the truth, it's ugh. You know, but yeah, you know, they're going to show you who they truly are. And because I see this one video, and because this it was an Edomite, his stepfather was talking slick, you know, sly out the mouth at his friend. So you know that 1% of pale-faced cave monkey, you know, he stood up for his black friend, his so-called black friend, you know, and started swinging on his stepdad. Said and told, no, don't call him no nigga, call him again, call him a nigger again. Now all of a sudden, everybody, oh yeah, hey, what size Nike you wear? Oh yeah, you can definitely come to the cookout. Like, y'all Negroes are like, are you serious right now? This is why the Bible's so important. This is why learning these scriptures and knowing that, it rusts. Their friendship, all that trying to be friends, all that rust like iron, as according to the Bible. What's how he told us. He warned us about these people. Like all that he did right there doesn't mean nothing. All right. Because there's going to come a time when that's going to be that little black kid with him and that pale-faced cave monkey, they're going to wind up fighting. And why? Because it's going to come a time where he's going to have to choose his own people. That little pale-faced cave monkey is going to go against that brother and choose his own people when that time comes. Right. When that time comes, when the shit hits, sloppy for the language, when it hits the fan and it comes down to it, yeah. So, and all that getting all hyped up, oh man, come on. And see, and I'm so thankful for the ISUPK that we don't let no heathens. This is not a club. Right. This is not the Christian church. You was not gonna just come on, no. You ain't gonna come on up in here. If you up another race. You see what we I know a lot of you outside ISUPK, I know y'all seen the videos. How we kicked them heathens out, them Hamites, that pale-faced cave monkey. I know you've seen that. And a lot of us, we get mad at that. A lot of us will still come up against our own people and be like, no, that's not right. I see so many comments like, man, y'all wrong for that. Just like when that Edomite, when he got zip tied, I was like, man, y'all shouldn't be doing that. Come on, man, y'all can't, like, why? We can't defend ourselves? Right. We can't make citizens arrest? Go ahead, read.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not
right.
suffer them. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sloppy. No, you good, read. My bad. Finish that up.
Hold on. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right.
Verse 18.
Oh, that's it. Stop right there. Stop right there. Yeah, that's good right there. Hey, for what, any comments, any questions? Yeah, kind of check that for me right quick.
We got another check-in.
Okay, Messiah Christ.
Oh,
Hey, Star Lord Christ. Hey, for what for checking in,
I'm gone.
Right. You can't, that's hating your brother. You can't hate your brother. Because when you mock us, you hating us because you totally against us. Because we not loving your little pale-faced cave monkey friend, or your little Hamite friend, your little African friend. We ain't rainbow connection. We ain't hands across America. We ain't teaching the world how to sing with a Coke and a smile and all that other crap.
Right.
Because this is not Rainbow Coalition, Rainbow Connection. This ain't the get along game. A lot of you hate us because we're not them Negroes. We ain't you. You don't like the simple fact that we're not going to allow Master to come in. You don't like the fact that we're going to not let Unga Bunga in. You don't like the fact that we're not going to let the pineapple pickers in. You know, we are not these other fake Israelite groups. Y'all love them. Y'all love them because they like the Christians, because they're straight Christians. They'll let everybody and anyone in.
Right.
You know, Most High said, be holy, be separate. And because we stand by what we believe in, and we stick to it, and because we show you that we're not playing, that the Lord shall not be mocked, that we will not be mocked. Because we show you that you don't like us. That makes you mad. Well, like, why can't we compromise? You know, why can't we be nice like these other Israelite camps, like these other Israelite groups, like these individualites? Why can't we be good niggas? Why can't we bow down? Why should we bow down? Most High didn't make us with a spirit of fear. He didn't make us cowards. Ain't no cowards up in here. Ain't no subservient. We gotta bow. No, we ain't bowing to no man. You know, we're not gonna compromise. Our leaders don't compromise. We don't compromise.
Right.
And trust me, we have a very, very strong leader.
Right.
And Commanding General Yohana. We have very strong leaders in all the generals, the captains, the 5,000s, the thousands, 500s, the 50s, all the way down to the troopers and young men.
Right.
You know, these brothers up in here, man, they learn to be strong. We learn to stand on our own, to be one nation under God, separate from everybody else. Everybody keeps talking about how come black people, I need to learn to do for yourselves. What we are doing for ourselves in the ISUPK.
Right.
And the thing about it is, what gets me is, we done that. Like, what, after slavery, 40, 50 years after slavery, when we had our own towns, when we had our own schools, we had our own cities, our own neighborhoods, our own businesses, our own everything. You know, they're the ones who was jealous. They're the ones that was struggling.
Right.
They're the ones that was having a hard time. We was together.
Right.
You know, and look, we had a coin on, as they used to say. We were straight. And looking at that should let you know why we should separate. Now we know that we can do better without them.
Right.
That we can have our own, that we can deal with our own. That we can survive. That we can flourish without any other race. We're doing it right now in ISUPK. We're doing it on our own. Why? Because we stick it together. But all you know is to hate your brother, to mock your brother, point fingers at your brother, and say, oh, them crazy niggas, and y'all look stupid, man. And the first thing out of a lot of your mouths, mainly the pale-faced K monkeys, are some, oh, gay. Why everything got to be gay? That's something that's on your mind.
Right.
That's something that's your spirit. What does that got to do with anything, or how we dress, or how we talk, or how we walk, or how we live our lives? Don't try to put your lifestyle, don't try to put us with your lifestyle. That's you. That's what you do. That's the only reason you bring it up, because that's in your spirit, that's in your mind. That's what you do. And you want everybody else to be like you. And we're not like you. We're not like everybody else. We're different. Very different. In a good way. In a way that, hey, look. In a way that we can't even be touched.
Right.
We can't be touched like that. Because let me tell you something. You mock us about how we wear our shades, how we wear our hats, how us wearing boots. Hey, we didn't invent none of these things. We just make it better.
Right.
We just make it look good. We can't help it.
Right.
We some bad mother up in here.
Right.
And we can't help it. We can't help it that we look good. We can't help it that we make everything that we do look good. We can't help it that we got our Hispanic brothers, that speak Spanish and make it sound good. We can't help it that we got that flavor. That flavor is all in our veins, it's in our skin, it's in our DNA. That flavor is something we can't get rid of. We just flavorful. We can't help it. It's the way we was made. And because you don't have that flavor, hey, look, you can hate, you can be bad. It ain't our fault. Hey, let's see what we got. Look like we got some more comments. Look like some comments came in. I was at a check-in.
We got a check-in from Chukwama.
Hey, so our Lord Christ, huh? Hey, so water for joining in.
That's all for right now, sir.
All right, Con, no sweat. Hey, Mayala.
Khan.
Pick me up at Galatians 6 and 7.
Khan.
Right, but yeah, hey, when the Most High made us, look, he made us special. He made us strong. He made us smart. He made us with flavor. He made it so that everything we touch is going to be a success.
Right.
Do you know why America is so successful? Do you know why America wins wars? It's because of us.
Right.
It's because we fight for America. It's because we join their militaries. Because from my understanding, America was getting their butts handed to them during World War II.
Right.
Till we started fighting. So they started letting us fight. When they started letting us fight and join in the fight, that's when America started, doing their thing. That's the only time they was getting down with to get that. When it comes to this music, hey, look, we've been the greatest influence on music, art, inventions, math, science. We innovated sports. We innovated sports broadcasting. And how was that? Because Stuart Scott, when he first started with ESPN as a young man, he single-handedly brought ESPN up to date. He single-handedly brought ESPN into the future to modernize ESPN. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at the influence he had coming in playing basketball.
Right.
especially with the uniforms, because at one point all the uniforms was tight. Them short, them basketball shorts were little as for real. Jordan came in with the longer, bigger shorts. All of a sudden, little by little, all you see is start seeing all these teams start switching up. Everything we touch is flavor. Everything we touch turns out to be great. Well, guess who gets the credit? We surely don't. We surely don't. That's why it makes me mad when that brother came out with that tenderism. And he gave a whole lot of recognition. That little barbecue restaurant, he put him on the map. And look what happened to that brother. Look what that brother. Oh no, I'm okay. I'm satisfied. You know, and a lot more. I wish brothers would have tried to help that brother and show him the right. Go ahead.
So they did end up helping him. They moved him to Texas and got him his own restaurant.
Oh, okay. Most High Christ. The brother did?
Yeah, brother did.
Oh, okay. Hey.
To Texas and got him his own spot. His own restaurant.
Right.
So he's got his own restaurant now. So yeah,
right.
We took care of him this time.
Okay. Most High Christ. Right. Because the way that brother was, I mean, he's an older cat, and the way that brother was talking like he didn't need anything, like the pale face cave monkey was just gonna take care of it and all that. Like, come on, bro, nah, man. We have too much stuff taken from us, and then we get mocked for that. We get mocked for every time we talk about how many inventions we get that our people came out with. You know, we get mocked for that. They try to make fun and like we didn't invent nothing. Like, man, y'all use it. What's the first thing they love to say? What's that? Oh, you're using our inventions, aren't you? Your inventions? Oh, you mean the inventions that you stole from black men and women? That you stole, that you was able to get the patent for? Because they would deny a lot of us patents? You mean the invention of the color TV? You mean the invention of the computer, of the car? Because yes, before Henry Ford, it was a brother that came up with the car. Let's see, what's it? Refrigeration, all that. You got that for me, Op? Bayala.
Con.
All right. Read.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7. Be not be not deceived.
Stop right there. Yeah, stop right there. Yeah, don't fool yourself. Be not deceived. Don't think that nothing's gonna happen to me. I'll laugh and make fun of these cats all day. Yeah, don't think we don't know about it. Yeah. And a lot of that will flip the script on you. Like whoever came out with that video game of brothers, they put us what is it, Mortal Kombat? Hey, it's fire though. Whoever did that was fire. But yeah, don't think that, don't deceive yourselves. Don't get it into your head that, oh, well, oh, I can make fun of these cats. I can talk bad about them. I can joke. Don't be deceived. Don't fool yourself. Don't put it into your mind that I'm gonna laugh at this. I can point my finger, laugh, and make fun of them, and talk about how they dress, how they look. Don't fool yourself. Don't be deceived. Because a lot of y'all even trying to talk about our sisters. Oh, look how they treat their sisters. Oh, you mean they can't say nothing? They can't speak their minds and all this, that, and the third. Oh, that's a cult. I feel bad for them. Do they get to do anything? That's mockery. Because they want to laugh and joke and this, that, yeah. Because you got it in your mind that ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You so deceived and so wrapped up into your own self that you don't even know, you don't even see what's happening around you. You don't see how little by little things are just not going right for you. You don't understand that that's the Lord putting his hand in your life in a bad way. You don't understand that that's the Lord sending them demons on you. You don't understand that this is the Lord, showing you what's going to happen when you mock my priesthood because you're mocking me. Read.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning.
Verse 7, be not deceived. God is not mocked.
God is what?
God is not mocked.
No, he's laughing with you.
Slide.
He's like, no, God is laughing with you. God is not mocked, God.
I don't see that in the verse 6, verse 7.
No, just say God is not mocked. All right, slap ya. You good, you good. Read that again.
Verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked.
Right. God is not mocked. You're deceiving yourself. God is not mocked. His priests are not mocked. God is not going to stand for you to just mock him. He's not going to stand for you to mock his priests. He's not going to stand for you to sit there and laugh and joke and think that everything is oh so fine. Everything just okie dokie. Don't think that you can just laugh and joke. Man, I'll go get a gun and shoot you. I'll do this to you. I'll do that to you. Look at y'all. Y'all ain't nothing, man. Y'all just, man, you ain't got no job. I bet y'all ain't broke. Well, I bet you ain't got this, that, and the third. Think not that God is mocked. Don't think that, am I my brother's keeper? God is not mocked. God sitting back laughing and joking with you. God is not mocked. God just happy-go-lucky. He's just this little pale lily white, cat just sitting on a throne. Everything is fine. God is not mocked. When you see these Christians and these lily white pale-faced cave monkeys, when you see them with them little crosses out in the streets and acting like they Christ and got the little little walking with a little wooden cross and all that. When you see them trying to climb up out of the cross, and when they be falling down, when they get hurt, because God is not mocked. That's a mockery. Straight up. They may think they're being serious. They may think that they're doing something good. They may think they're putting on a show and this is what happened to Christ. Oh, that's a mockery. Because the Most High know, Christ know, as well as we know. Christ is not white. The Most High is not white. The angels,
Right.
The true Israelites, the 12 tribes, are not white. They're black.
Right.
We know who we are. The Most High knows who we are. Christ knows who his children are,
Right.
who his brothers and sisters. The Most High knows who his children are.
Right.
He knows who his nation is. Christ knows who his nation is. God shall not be mocked. And that's a mockery. That's something, that's something shameful, really. That's something that if you know what the Most High will do to you, you wouldn't even do it.
Right.
But of course, too many of us is arrogant, is egotistical.
Right.
We'll do it anyway, regardless. Go ahead, read.
Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Go back to 7.
Verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked.
Read.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Right. What a man sows, he shall also reap. And the benefits of mocking the Most High is not good. Because what you sow, when you sow in wickedness, you sow in sin. You sow in something that the Most High does not approve of. And what you will reap is death. What you will reap is the Most High taking you out.
Right.
What you will reap is the Most High sending them demons on you. Make sure everything goes south. And just as soon as you think that you're going north, guess what? Going right back down to the south. Just when you think that everything is fine, just when you think that, oh, I can't be touched. And just when you think, oh, because a lot of you got this into your head, oh, ain't no God, that's a fairy tale. Look at that. Hey, y'all still believe, y'all grown men still believing in the fairy tale and a book that ain't even true. Y'all waiting for a fairy tale, that man to come out the sky to say, come save you. Just because you haven't seen it happen yet, that don't mean it ain't gonna happen. Because when you look at the book of Revelation, that's what's going on right now. It's telling you wars and rumors of wars. We're right now, the first 2 woes have come past. The first 2 wars have come past. First 2 woes have come past. We in the 3rd woe right now. Woe means destruction. And that's what's going on right now. You don't see what's going on.
Right.
You don't see little by little. Every country is being drawn right there to that Middle East. Right there to Jerusalem. The Valley of Jehoshaphat. The Valley of Judgment. The Valley of Destruction. All these countries, it's going to find them going. Yeah, all of them. Everyone. Every country. All of Esau's kingdom, all the PLK kingdom about to be destroyed. Oh, this is about to be wiped out. Oh, it's about to be gone. And the only thing that's going to save us, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, who make up the 12 tribes of Israel, the only thing that's going to save us is following these laws, statutes, commandments. The only thing that's going to save us is getting in this ISUPK and doing what the Most High told us to do. Right. The only thing that's going to save us is a big black man named Christ coming back with 2 million angels and us getting into them chariots and getting up out of here. Right. While they go ahead and handle their business. Because Christ got to get his vengeance first. Right. And after he gets his vengeance, then it's going to be our turn. Right. And see, right now, we just fishing. Because we try to wake our people up and show our people. But our people got to learn, you cannot mock the priests of the Lord. You cannot mock Israel. But, you know, it's all understandable because look at the indoctrination that look what we go through. Look at the indoctrination that we have become in America into Christianity. And if I could sidebar right quick, hey, drop that. And give me Matthew 10 and 16 right quick.
Con.
Because this is what the Most High, this is what Christ is sending us into. This is you know, we gotta go into how you say, into the midst of wolves. Let me know when you're ready.
I got it, sir.
All right, go ahead, read.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right, stop right there. Right, because this is what the Most High is sending us. This is what Christ is sending us into. We're in the midst of wolves. We're in the midst of everybody that wants to come up against us. And we got to fight against this. We got to keep striving. We got to endure. We got to endure to the end. Because there's a lot of cats out here mocking us. There's a lot of cats out here ready to devour us. There's a lot of cats ready to do harm to us. You know, and this is what the Most High has sent us into. And because he knows we can do this, because he gave us the courage. He gave us the wisdom and the power and the strength to endure, to fight. You know, to wake our people up, to raise our voices like a trumpet. This is what the Most High has given us. You know, to be able to stand against these wolves, to be sheep in the midst of wolves. Read.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
As doves, right. You know, because what is a serpent? A serpent is cunning. A serpent will coil up. He'll sneak up behind you. A serpent is smart at how he hunts his prey. You know, be wise as a serpent, or harmless as doves. In other words, let's wake our people up. You know, let's be cunning in how we do it. Let's be smart about how we do it. Let's use these scriptures. Let's use what the Most High gave us. You know, to raise our people up, to wake them up, to go out here and amongst these wolves, to be in sheep amongst these wolves. You know, and raise our people up. And show our people what the Most High wants us to do and how we should act and conduct ourselves, what we should and should not be doing, what we should eat, what we should not eat. A moral compass, a light for our people, to wake our people up, but don't harm your people. You know, do your best. We can defend ourselves, but we're not going to harm you. We're not out here to hurt you. That's why I said harmless as doves. Be wise and cunning as a serpent. You know, because we are sheep. Because, yeah, we could go out here. We go out here, yeah. We like because we're not trying to harm you know. But you got all these cats out here looking to devour us. Like a wolf will devour a sheep. That's how you looking at us. That's what you're trying to do with us. And because we tell you the truth, and because we don't believe in your Christianity doctrines, because we fight against that, you come up against us. You want to mock us. You want to mock the Most High. You want to mock Christ. But that's not going to fly. This right here is what the priest of the Lord has to go through. This is what we have to deal with. We have to deal with these wolves out here and try to turn these wolves into sheep and teach them how to be harmless as doves and cunning as a serpent. To wake our people up. You know, it's not to be, individual, like, I only teach my family at home. That's not what we do here. That's not what the Most High instructed us to do. He told us to go through the highways and byways. What highways and byways? You know, go to the house of Israel. Wake our people up. You know, look, the kingdom of heaven is close. It is getting closer and closer every day. And Ryan, you got any questions in the comments?
Got some more checking, sir.
All right, Most High in Christ.
We have Lakaman checking in.
Hey, Star Lord Christ, Doc. Hey, the water for checking in.
We have Officer Pashra checking in.
Hey, Star Lord Christ, Doc. Hey, the water. Check it in.
The core checked in.
Oh, okay. Most High in Christ. The water.
Yeah.
You know, hey, look. Because y'all, hey, look. You don't understand. You can mock us all you want, though, because this brotherhood is going to stand strong.
Right.
This brotherhood is not going away. It's not going to fade. It's not going to die out. And all these cats running around talking, what they say, what do they call it? The Black Hebrew Israelite movement. What is that?
Right.
What is a Black Hebrew Israelite movement?
Right.
Number one, take that black out. It's just Israelites.
Right.
Because we are the true Israelites. The reason they say black, because we're not supposed to be the true Israelites.
Right.
You know? But yet, God loves everybody. Color don't matter. Color ain't got nothing to do with it. And if that's the case, then why do we have to be Black Hebrew Israelites? Why can't we just be Israelites?
Right.
Why it got to be a movement? Somebody, hey, anybody, online, why has it got to be a movement? Why we got to be Black Hebrew Israelites? Why can't we just be Israelites? I'm asking everybody. Somebody got the answer. Somebody tell me something. Why it's got to be a Black Hebrew Israelite movement? Why can't we just be Israelites? Why can't we just be brothers and sisters that learn who we are, that woke up to who our true nationality is, to who we really are? Come on, I know Halak, I know Bakalak, Halak, I know y'all got it. So I know you got an answer to the question. Hayakal, I know you do. Gakawan, I know y'all brothers do. Come on, Brother Charles. Why it got to be a Black Hebrew Israelite movement? Why it got to be a movement? Why it got to be Black Hebrew Israelites? Oh, come on now. I ain't letting y'all get away tonight. Y'all got to answer this question. Right. You got to answer?
Why it got to be Black Hebrew Israelite?
Right. Why it got to be a movement?
Why it got to be a movement? Because then it's not an identity. If it's just a movement, that means that y'all started doing it. It don't mean that you always been it.
Right. Oh, get the microphone.
Oh,
Yeah. Make sure our receivers are working.
oh, come.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, that's a good answer. I like that, Rye. Give me one quick second. Go ahead.
Salakia, if somebody could just give me a 1W, if you could hear the microphone, shot.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Slovakia.
I'm just saying that they can call it a movement, because if it's just a movement, that means that you just started being it now. Instead of it being something that you already are, just based on you being born into it,
Right.
just being that. Instead of that, you're like, okay, well, we're going to start being Israelites now. That's what a movement is. A movement is something that you just decide altogether, okay, now we're this.
Right. That's why I got to be black, though. Now you good.
Well, Salakia, sir, I mean, they make everything black negative. So
Right.
as soon as you say black, people are already getting ready to be like, okay, because once you say black, and then you say it's not something American, not something pushing Esau's way,
Right.
they're gonna automatically, people are gonna, like, if we're trying to fish our people in, calling us that is supposed to trick people's mind into taking them out of getting fished.
Right.
Just from hearing it.
Right.
You know, because it just sounds like Black Hebrew. It just sounds complicated. It sounds like mysterious in the wrong type of way. And it just sounds like a whole bunch of words that don't mean nothing. It sounds like it's not interesting. And we're the only thing that's interesting.
Right, exactly.
So
right. You got any comments online?
let's see. Okay, we got an answer from Brother Charles. He said Salakia to make it seem controversial.
All right. Hey, the water. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Hey, both of y'all, good answers. Good answers. Hey, I'm gonna clap that up. I like that. Hey, for real. Make it seem controversial. Right. Like it's something that somebody just decided to wake up and make up one day. A movement. Come on now. And this came, and I heard this like from my own people.
Oh God.
It's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
Is like, come on, are you serious? A movement? Right. Because it's like the mockery, the stereotype is, oh, they don't have an identity. They try to find an identity.
Right.
So you got to add black into it because you're not supposed to know that you're an Israelite. We in order to be an Israelite, or you got to be a Jewish man, white Jewish. stuff with, something like that.
Right.
All right. Oh, we still got good time. So 8, okay, solid. Hey, the Mayala.
Khan.
Hey, read that for me again.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Right.
Be
Read.
therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right. And that's the reason. And see, things like that is the reason that we have to be wise. And this is the reason why we have to be like doves. Because we in the midst of these wolves.
Right.
Just like with that that Black Hebrew Israelite movement. I'm glad I stopped being an Israelite. And I'm not into that Black Hebrew Israelite movement and all that. See, this is the type of stuff that you got to be cunning about, that you got to be wary about. This is where you got to be wise at. Because that right there is something that that it just some word I'm looking for. Help me out there, right? I'm trying to some word I'm looking for. That right there is something that it's just
This is Salaki, sir. Like stigmatized.
Right. That's the word I'm looking for. The water.
Yeah.
Right. Stigma. You're right. Like a stigma.
Come.
The water.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's something because you got to look at it. This is America. And the things that we've been taught in America and how to move in America, it's totally opposite of how the Most High wants us to move, of how he wants us to think, how he wants us to be. And for them to put that stigma on us, and for them to make it, it's a movement. It's these black people, they call themselves Israelites. It's like that's supposed to be something that that we're not supposed to be.
Right.
Something that we can be, something we cannot be, but what we can be is some type of African or or any other race that's of dark skin. We can be Hawaiian for all they care. We can be everything but an Israelite. We can be everything but who our true nationality is. Oh, you can't be the true Israelite. You guys came from Africa. Your old people sold you into slavery. That's a mockery. Because how did our own people sell us into slavery? Do you know how much sense that don't make? Like, why would you sell your own people into slavery? If you try to build a nation, and if you try to build your country up, if you try to be strong in your land and have with your laws, you try to have service. You need people to run businesses. You gotta need people to serve.
Right.
You gotta need people to make your nation function, to make it run. So how is you selling your own people into slavery? How is that going to strengthen you? How is that even going to make sense? It don't make sense. And thank God for the Most High in Christ for commanding General Yahweh for building up this nation.
Right.
For keeping this truth going.
Right.
Because, without it, man. And here it's strength. It's strength. And the brotherhood is strong. And let me tell you something. Without this brotherhood, there's probably many times, boy, I most likely would have made it. For real. All right, drop that. And pick me up at let's see what time is it. Yeah, pick me up at Proverbs 14:9.
Con.
See, make sure it's it. Yeah, Kai. Let me know when you got it.
I got it now.
All right, go ahead and read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 9. Fools make a mock at sin.
Right, stop right there. Right, fools make a mock at sin. And that's what you catch is. You're a bunch of fools. That's real foolish. Because when we teach you not to sin. That's what we try to teach you. But you act like it's okay to sin. You think that we're wrong. You want to laugh, joke, all that. When we tell you don't get high, don't smoke weed. Oh man, y'all crazy. Weed comes from the earth. It's okay to get high. Like, hey, ain't nobody ever died from it. Bob Marley did. He smoked weed all the time. And guess who else did? This young cat, he just underlined his father because he got mad because the mother was pregnant. And he asked him not to smoke weed in the house because she's pregnant. He got mad, went and got a gun, shot the father because the argument pursued. Like, dude, all you got to do is just take it somewhere else. All that could have been avoided, just no smoke. Right. A lot of people want to make mockery of that. That's a sin to smoke and get high. It's a sin to smoke weed. It's a sin to do any type of drug, period. It's a sin to eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Look at little Boosie. Look what's happening to him now. He made a mockery of the Most High. When he made that little video eating that nasty shrimp and crab or whatever it was, he was eating lobster or whatever. I'm like, oh, sorry, God, but F that, F you, F this, that, and the third. I'm going to eat this. This is good. I'm going to eat it. Now, ain't that brother sick now, though? He got diabetes or something real bad now. You can't just mock God. You make a mockery at sin. The things that you do is very simple, but you want to laugh and joke and make it like it's just so okay. How are you going to mock sin and think there's not going to be no consequences? Why? Because a lot of you don't even believe that there is a God. A lot of you believe that we just here. A lot of you will believe that we evolved from apes. I got a question. For all you so-called, I don't believe in God, the Bible's a fairy tale, how'd you get here then? If you so smart, that weed makes you just on this high conscious level. You smoke weed and you supposed to be at this all of a sudden just You know, I can think better. How'd you get here? Answer me that. That's what I would like to do. That's what about the next cat I run into. I talk about weed is so, you know, it's okay to get high. It's a natural herb. It's a plant. I want to know. I'm gonna ask her. You know, how'd you get here? When you talk about there is no God, the Bible's a fairy tale. It's okay to smoke weed. Then what gets me is how they love to deflect and talk about people drinking alcohol. Drinking causes death. But guess what? People that smoke weed drink as well. Matter of fact, that weed is enhancing that drinking. But you talk about weed don't cause death. When you smoking and drinking and you go out driving and you lose control of that car, what's it from? See, so you can't just say it's drinking. Yeah, people overdo it when they drink. A lot of people overdo it when they drink. You got a lot of alcoholics out here. You got a lot of weed heads out here too. Same thing. Ain't no difference. Ain't no difference at all. Oh, I drive better without high. Like it's gonna give you just some superpowers that you can just see everything just so clear and you can make 360-degree turn. What you think, you Knight Rider or something? Right. What? I mean, what you think, you some type of race car driver? Come on, man. That's a mockery. That's a mockery in itself right there. You mocking sin. Because that's a mockery. When you say, oh man, God put this out of earth for us. He put this here for me and you. A lot of you say that in real life. Even before that movie Friday, even before that came out, I used to hear brothers saying that. I said, oh man, that was the thing to say. That was, oh boy, man, it comes from the earth. It's a natural herb. But the Most High didn't say smoke it and get high. He didn't say alter your brains. And man, as a matter of fact, I remember years ago when I was working for the auto auction, this cat, he wanted to have a discussion with the Bible with me. He knew he was an Israelite, but but his thing was it's okay to smoke weed. He wanted me to come over to his crib, sit down with him while he smoked a blunt. And he's like, you can drink your beer or whatever it is you do. Like, bruh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Because the discussion was because we was discussing that weed wasn't okay to smoke. And yet he's like, but you might as well smoke it. I mean, they're gonna make it legal anyway. Like, bro, like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You know you an Israelite. That's the thing. But with these fake Israelite cats, individual like these, oh, I only teach my family at home cats. You know, they think it's okay to just sit and make a mockery of God. You know, and that's a contradiction in itself right there. Right. Right. How you gonna talk about it's okay to get high? You know you an Israelite, and you call yourself Why to study, read the Bible, study the Bible. But you talk about it's okay to smoke weed when God is against weed. That just don't make no sense. Go ahead, read.
But among the righteous there is favor.
Oh, Slakia, go ahead.
It didn't pick up.
Oh, Slakia. Start up, read that again.
Verse 9. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor.
Right. Among the righteous there is favor. Because when you're not mocking the Lord, when you're not mocking, about it's okay to do sin, when you're righteous and you doing what the Most High tells us to do, when you enter these scriptures, when you follow the law, statute, and commandments, the Most High is going to show favor with the righteous.
Right.
He's going to show favor with you for being obedient to Him. He's going to show favor for you doing the right thing and not going out here and trying to get high, eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and saying and giving the middle finger to the Lord, like He ain't gonna touch you. Hey, the righteous is gonna strive. And you want to know where the righteous is at? Right here. Right here in the school. Right here in the ISUPK.
Right.
That's where the righteous is at. That's where the men of the Lord reside. That's where the men of the Lord, the real priests and prophets of the Lord, don't get high.
Right.
Are not alcoholics. Don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. Don't sleep with your brother's wife.
Right.
We don't steal from each other. We don't go out here in the world and do the things that's of the world. Just because we're in it, that don't mean we have to follow the leader. Just because we're in the world, just because we're in this wicked kingdom, that don't mean we have to be wicked.
Right.
Be righteous. There's nothing wrong or hard about being righteous. Oh yeah, I don't mind being laughed at. I don't mind being made fun of. Right. Because I know what's going to happen in the end. I'm looking forward to the end. I want to be in the kingdom.
Right.
Yaram, he brought it out yesterday, about King David. Hey, look, just let me be a doorman. I'll be a janitor in the kingdom, as long as I'm in that bad boy. But yeah, I said a janitor. Ain't nothing wrong with being a janitor. Somebody got to keep the building clean. Somebody got to keep the business up to par, where people won't get germs won't be running around free. People getting sick. Somebody got to keep it clean. Hey, I'll do that. Hey, just let me get in the kingdom. Let me keep the spirit of righteousness upon me. That's all I ask.
Right.
Let me keep doing what I'm supposed to do. Doing the work of the Lord, helping to raise my people up. Hey, Slakia, see if we got any more comments. You want to check in? We got to do what the Lord tells us to do. We got to be obedient. There's great reward.
So, like I said, to your earlier point about stigma, Brother Charles says, in other words, something unusual, unnatural, extraordinary, and irregular.
Right. Hey, the water for that. I knew Brother Charles was going to come through with something. Hey, the water for that. Exactly. And that's the way they look at it. That's That's it right there. That sums it up. When you want to talk about a Black Hebrew Israelite movement and all that, that's it right there. That stigma, exactly. That sums it up in one word. That word stigma sums it up. That definition, it sums it up. Hey, for water for that, Charles. Brother Charles. Hey, for water. Exactly, y'all. That's exactly what it is. Talk about a Black Hebrew Israelite movement. Come on, man. Where they do that at? Why would you even say something like that? What would make you think of something like that? One of our biggest problems is we want to do what we want to do. We want to do what we want to do. It's all right to deal with the Bible. It's all right to go to church. It's all right to do anything as long as you can do it the way that you want to do it. It's okay to jump around banging a tambourine and singing and dancing. Oh yeah, I love the God. Oh yeah, God is a good God. All that there. Laws are done away with, so I can eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. I can sleep with another man's wife. You know? All that. It's okay. I love God. You know, and I'm a good person, but I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it God's way. I'm not going to do it according to the law, statute, and commandments. Hey, Saki, I think there's one more, another comment. I'm not going to do it God's way. I'm not going to be obedient the way He wants me to be obedient.
It's just Brother Charles. I was finding a young bar.
Hey, don't sweat. Hey, water to you. Water to you, brother. See, Brother Charles, he always be in class, so he knows about definition, looking up words and bringing out the definition of that word. You know, hey, so water, that's a good thing. But yeah, you know, they want to do what they want to do. They want to do it how they want to do it. You cannot put stipulations on how you're going to serve the Lord. You cannot put stipulations on brotherhood. You cannot put stipulations on following the law, statute, commandments, on what the Lord said. No, you can't put stipulations on that. It's either His way or the highway. It's either you're going to do it or you ain't going to do it. It's either, okay, you're going to mock me and I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to handle you. Or you cannot mock the Lord. You cannot mock the priest. And you can do what God says and obey His representatives, which are the priests and the prophets of the Lord. You know, you can follow suit, get in line. They'll stay in your lane. Learn these scriptures and understand what's really happening. Understand that the Lord shall not be mocked. Understand that He's not going to allow you to mock His priests. He's not going to allow you to mock our brotherhood. He's not going to allow you to mock the school. He's not going to allow you to mock Commander General Yohana, the generals, the captains. Right. He's not going to allow you to just mock His nation and you not pay for it. Right. He's not going to allow you to just do what you want to do and think how you want to think and think that it's okay, that you're just going to get away with it. Just because He's slow to anger, and look, when He do get angry and He gets to that, He do get angry and He gets to that point where He's ready to put His hands on you, hey, it's not a good thing. That's a bad day for you right there. That's going to be something that you ain't going to want to deal with. that you shouldn't have to deal with it. So all you got to do, and we keep telling you time and time again, get into school, get in class, learn these scriptures. All right, drop that. We'll keep on. Hey, give me Proverbs 3:33.
Con.
Let me see. Make sure that's what I want. Yeah, Kai. Read it when you are ready.
Slacky, what was it again?
Proverbs 3:33.
Okay, all right.
All right, let me know when you got it. Right, because don't think that the Most High will curse you.
All right, I got it.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 33. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the habitation of the just.
Right, the curse of the Lord is the house of the wicked. The house of the wicked is those that mocking us. The house of the wicked is is the Christian church. The house of the wicked is Muslims, Buddhists. The house of the wicked is when you go to the Christian churches, and they doing all that singing and dancing, they mocking the Lord. That's the curse of the house. That's the curse of the wicked's house. The wicked, is those that want to point fingers, that think they get away from laughing and joking and making fun of us. That's mocking us. You can't go. And I'm gonna say this over and over. You cannot go try to mock us. Try to think that you can just say and do what you want to us without consequences. And who was that comedian? The one that got unalive. The one I mentioned earlier. I forget his name. Yeah, that brother went out in a makeshift garment with the Bible in hand. You can't tell me that ain't wicked. And he want to go in the street corners and get. And the thing about it, he got amongst the pale-faced cave monkeys that did it. This is what I be talking about. Our people, we think that if we go amongst these people and come up against us and laugh and make jokes and make fun of us, that they're just gonna love you. That they're just gonna, I'm gonna show you, I'm on your side. I'll do anything to be a clown for you. Hey, look, see, I'm a good clown. I was one of the good ones, Babs. A lot of you, all you need is a clown suit and a monkey tail. That's how you act when you get around these other races, when you get around these other heathen nations, and you want to mock us. What's it going to take for you to wake up? What's it going to take for you to realize where you need to be? What's it going to take for you to realize that the Lord is not playing with you? And more every day, it's getting to the point where the Lord, you think he ain't tired of playing with you? You think he ain't tired of your mockery? He about to end this place. America's about to burn. All these kingdoms that Esau got out here, the UK, who else? Britain, Russia, just to name a few, all of them about it. Look, their country's about to burn. We are right now in World War III. This is it. This is the end. We about to get up out of here. It's a matter of whose side you can decide that you're going to be on. You got to be with your people. You got to be with the Brotherhood, or you got to stay with your masters. You got to stay with these heathen nations. You got to love them more than you love your own people. You got to continue to be a clown and hop around like a little monkey for them. It's all up to you. You got to decide that. And I hope you make the right decision. I pray you make the right decision.
Right.
And decide to stick with your own people and decide to get into school.
Right.
Like for real. Because the house of the wicked, hey, the Most High, he is not playing. You may think that we're a joke as people, as a man, as men of the Lord. You might think we a joke. You might look at, hey, they ain't got no power. What can they do? What they gonna do to us? And guess what? We do have a great power. Our power, God is backing us. You know, so the best thing for you to do, don't mock the priest, don't mock our brotherhood. You know, don't mock the Lord, period. I'm whole. You know, hey, look, I pray you get in class. The water to everyone who checked in. If there's no more comments, no more questions, hey, check and see if there are any more comments, any more questions.
Awesome.
All right. With that, I pass the class off. The priest officer of 50. Bye.
All right, let's give another hand for that class. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3, 8-10. Means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. And that's going to be Friday, September 11th. Tell all Akim and Aquavian to check the bulletin board in the hallway for events and information. And with that, we're going to salute the men of Israel. Men of Israel. Michael, Shabbat, Michael, Barak, What we said in Hebrew is, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Hands down, give a salute to the sisters in the class. Men of Israel, Shabbat, Michael, Barak.
I was Shamar.
Yeah. the house Shema thumb by Shem Shai, which is, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ. Yo, Tommy's hands down, class dismissed.
Excellent job.